or past future me. This is Bonus Action Heroes. And this week we're playing Strahd. Does anyone feel up to a recap? Cool. Well, not much happened. Well, a lot happened, but not much narratively happened. It was very combat heavy, with you, the session before this, managing to sneak past a load of twig blights to get into the winery, which is run by the Martikov family, a couple of the members of which have helped you previously before in providing you with shelter in Vallaki and the Blue Water Inn, and helping you find your way to Vallaki from the old windmill where those nasty little hags were. And you were helping them out in turn by clearing the place out of druids, so you have pretty much gone head to toe, all around. You know the place is clear. You killed 4 druids, I believe, and a couple of vine blights. You noticed that the wine in the vats in the fermentation room where you are currently seemed a bit off. What else? You went into the cellar and repeatedly walked through some brown mold, getting cold damage repeatedly. That was intelligent and fun for me. Where you found a couple of scrolls. And I think I said you found a bag of coin, but I can't remember if you took it. Or how much I said there was. I should rewatch the streams. I'm going to say it was probably 100, but I don't know if you took it, because they're nice guys, would you? Then you were assholes! Yes. And Mick picked up a staff that one of the druids had because they detected that it was magical in some way.
Yes.
Oh, hello!
Hello.
Mick, that should be in your inventory if you want to look over it, because I'm going to start with Tom coming up to this big building in the middle of this really, really huge field of grapevines, a lot of which have withered, about a third of which have withered. You can feel the thing that is calling to you inside the house. What would you do?
Well, first thing I'd do is probably go up to one of those grapevines and have a bit of a closer look, see if I can see what's making it wither and die.
Would you like to do a nature check? Nice, an 18. Yeah, it's just not the climate for a plant like this. In fact, you're surprised that they could have so much of this in the first place. That actually isn't, although it actually looks like it is on its way out. Some of it, the stuff that you're looking at, the stuff that has already died off, you're not surprised at all. It shouldn't be able to survive in this climate. It needs sun. As far as you've seen, there hasn't been sun. You can see it's behind the clouds sometimes, maybe, but never directly shining.
And I'll just hold a little bit of the vine and just crumble it in my hands, probably tusk a little bit and shake my head, looking up at the sky. And I'll turn around and I'll head back up to the house.
Are you just going to walk through the vineyard to the house?
Walking along the edge of the vineyard, if I pick up a couple of stones on my way, see if there's any nice round stones, I'll keep my eyes out for them.
Okie dokie. Then you're probably going to be startled by what you thought was a vine. Out the corner of your eye, you see something move, and it will come at you. So I guess we're already in initiative. And I think I'm going to have to move us to a different map.
Am I attuned to the staff? Did I have time to attune to the staff?
We said you took a short rest down there, didn't we?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Jesus Christ. Can't move people. Bear with. Should have started you on this map anyway. Just gonna leave Fawn there. Love that little guy. Right, I'm afraid I'm gonna get a surprise attack on you, and then we'll roll some initiative.
Oh dear.
Well, you will just walk in. I'm not right next to you yet, so they will do. Ooh, 18, I assume hits.
That certainly does.
5 piercing damage as, for a moment you just assume it's the wind moving the vines, but then a humanoid shape emerges from them and just gestures at you with its what seems like an arm, but it's made of roots, and it just unleashes this hail of needles at you. And time to roll initiative. I am going to delete Thorn because I will accidentally put him into initiative by Thorn. I'm so sorry. Do you let out any sort of exclamation that you've when you're hit, or do you just take it like a champ?
I just let out a plume of smoke from my nose and back.
Then for now, you can roll initiative, guys, because let's just do it all at once, but I don't know that you hear very much yet. They have occasionally been moving about outside, but as you've been checking whenever you check outside the windows, but nothing too disturbing. So when I've got all of them, alright. What's it gone back? I'm not moving it, I'm putting it into initiative. Who's at the top that isn't in the building? They will move. They will move. So still can't get to you. Okay. With that rustle in the vines, you hear it's like a ripple effect as all of the vines begin to move, and out of them emerge these uh, weird plant-like creatures about 3 foot tall, and you get another volley of needles thrown at you. 13?
It still hits.
Oh dear. Put that bark skin up. 9 piercing damage this time. Actually, I'm going to go back now to... You can probably hear now a lot of movement outside. Sorry for the people at the top of the initiative. Nothing had not much movement had happened yet. Would you do anything? Who would be next? Absence? Technically,
I
you're
would
still inside the building at this point.
I would probably have a look out of the window and see what was going on outside.
Yeah, how far away is that? Yeah, that'd be easy enough to see. I think you would see that, as I was saying, this ripple effect, these creatures are all moving over to the sort of east side of the vineyard, and you follow them, you can see in the distance this humanoid form walking along one of the paths, smoking a pipe. A few needles sticking out of him.
Oh, I'll say to the others, those things are attacking someone outside. I guess we should help. And I'll head for the door.
It could be another one of those druids. Their own spell
Looks a bit-
backfiring on them.
Maybe.
Just be careful and stay out of sight if you can.
Okay, I shall try and stealth out then.
Lovely. Roll me a stealth. That would be their passive. That's fine. They are currently trained on this guy.
Where can I get to? It's paused, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I say probably with 30 feet. I think this would be fair, everyone. You could get out of the house and be where you are currently with your movement.
Hey, I got another 10 feet then. There you go.
Lovely. Anything else?
No.
Then, Darzin, what you doing? Okie dokie. You weren't doing that stealthily, though. You can't really dash stealthily.
I
So, it makes for more interesting combat. Okay, it's this Needleblight's turn, and it's gonna keep moving in the direction of the others. It's too far. When I say this Needleblight, so these are huge, not because they are gigantic. I think I said this before, but just as a reminder, they are a swarm of them. So for each of these, there's about 5 of these little guys. And another Needleblight. Oh, this one's close enough. Out of the vines, these small creatures just come out and hurl themselves at you, Tom, and they will hit you with a claw attack. I really hope I don't kill you before you've met everyone. I'm really sorry.
That hits.
Super sorry. And you know how you get those plants sometimes when you're walking in a field that just stick to you and they're kind of like spiky, but not painful spiky. They just throw themselves at you, and as they pop off, they leave bits of their own body in you. It's very strange, and just like death by paper cut, it's uncomfortable more than anything. And now it's finally your turn.
Well, buggeration, there goes my stroll. What's this bloody sticky willy? I ain't seen nothing like this before. And I'm going to inhale from my pipe and blow out through my nose. And the smoke just keeps coming out of my nose. It keeps coming, it keeps coming, it keeps coming, and fills about 20-foot radius around me. Cast fog cloud.
Nice. Could you bring up the thank you? Ooh, very good. Right, more learned. Sorry, go ahead.
And then I shall back off from the bits that are in front of me and move 30 feet away.
More learned DMs. This obscuring of the area, is it adding cover? So increasing his AC? I've never really used fog cloud.
I don't know. It doesn't say, does it? I would imagine
Yeah.
it's disadvantage.
What does it say in the
It says heavily obscured.
heavily obscured? Is a specific kind of added to AC, which I can.
Is it
think.
+5?
It might be, might not be. I don't know.
I think it's disadvantage on any attack
Hmm.
rolls. Yeah, so oh no, that's blinded.
I would have said what Nick said, the AC increase, because you're
Might
giving
be
yourself
Right.
cover.
No,
+5.
I've got it. So lightly obscured creatures have disadvantage on perception checks.
Oh, okay.
Heavily obscured, vision is blocked, so creatures are effectively blinded when it comes to that, which does translate to what Matt is saying, which is disadvantage.
Very nice.
All can't target at all if they don't know that there's something there, like they just can't see. Oh, I didn't pull that out of my head. I looked it up.
Yeah, I was doing the same.
You could have pretended we'd have believed you. Then you can move away, but they are going to make an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
Indeed.
It's got to be higher than 9.
It is. That misses.
Good. Running away and
I
buggering
shall
off.
walk to the edge there, and I shall hang around right there.
Very nice. Very clever. These needle lights have now heard Darzin. So here they come. And here they go. I am pretty damn sure that doesn't hit. So yeah, you see them shambling over towards you. You've only given away your location slightly. You've just run out and you were moving quite fast, so where you once were a second ago as you dash out is now a load of needles in the fence where you would have been. And this one is going to do the same. I like an uncomplicated monster that I don't have to think about what it does too much. And presumably missing again. Yeah. Which takes us to Mick. What would you like to do? So you've used your 30 feet of movement to get to where you are currently on the map.
Are those creatures of a CR2 or below? Because if they are, then I can command them.
Yes, they are.
In which case, I will pull out my staff. This kind of it's black, I suppose, with what does it have on it? It has a shadowy thing coming out, emerging from the top. I'm gonna lift it up in the air, and I'm just gonna say, retreat. Using simple one-word commands. Leave. I just shout leave.
Very nice.
Post it. Yeah.
Hey.
That's I can't do it. Apparently.
Got it. We will see what they do on their turn. Unless there's anything else.
No, because it says if I hit, then they're no longer regard me as a friendly creature. I think I just leave it at that.
And Alexander.
Will I have any clue if the ones further away will have heard me?
At the moment, no, because Mick only just said it. They are not yet reacting.
Did he say it loudly? Was it a 60 feet kind of loudness? Okay, I'll just do with what I was going to do anyway. With my movement, so obviously I didn't go on the last round, but have I followed reluctantly? Have I followed people out, or have I got to take my first bit of movement to get out?
I would still say, because there hadn't, at the point when it was your turn in initiative order, there wasn't movement outside, and absence hadn't been alerted to things going on. So you have, you've taken your 30 feet at this point.
Okay, so then I am going to action dash and bonus action dash back, kind of not quite along the house, but kind of trying to, and I'm not being stealthy, I'm just trying to draw attention away.
Nice.
And I might get to the end and I might just shout random noises, as Alexander might be one to do when he is absolutely shitting himself.
You're just doing a Graham.
Pretty much. That's where I got the inspiration from. And there is still a bird ahead, like overhead, just going.
I'll bring Graham to you. Where would he go?
That is the end of my go.
Lovely. This one will sort of look up. Well, not look, because it doesn't really have eyes. But you'll see some sort of acknowledgement that it's heard your command, Mick, and start moving away from you.
I'll shout to the rest of them to leave them alone, and they're probably just gonna run away.
Feel like I knew. It didn't say how far that would work. Is it reasonable to say that someone shouting could probably shout about 60 feet and be heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very far, is it?
A bit much.
Yeah, 20 meters.
Cool. Then this one is still going to pursue.
The easiest way to think of it is 10 me's. Not 10. Yeah. No, 10. No. Yeah, 10. 10 me's lying end to end. I don't know why 10 of me would do that, but that's 60 feet.
Disadvantage, isn't it? So you can hear movement in the fog. Magus. And the fog parts ever so briefly. I was not doing it at disadvantage, even though it definitely didn't hit. But let's just see it doesn't absolutely fumble. No, it doesn't anyway. You see the fog briefly part, and you hear a whooshing as something flies past you. But you're fine. Absence.
Which way are we going? Which way are we going?
You can probably tell Alexander's just trying to be a distraction.
Oh. It's better if you. I don't know if we can do much to help him, to be honest.
By the
Oh,
way,
what the hell,
on our short rest, I made some flammable. I made some Molotov cocktails,
You
which I did share with people. I made, how many did I make? Did I make 6 or 10?
Six.
I think I made 10.
I think,
6.
yeah.
So, absence would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have probably told Nick to stay out of danger, so it'd be 2 to absence, 2 to Darzin, and 2 to myself.
Oh, okay. And how do I? What's the range on those?
Should have thought about this. Improvised Molotov cocktail.
I believe you'll find that pretty much all Molotov cocktails are improvised.
No, that's telling me the damage of an actual Molotov cocktail. I'm gonna go with Alchemist Fire.
I think you might have appeared on some registers there, V.
Okay, range is 20 feet, 60 up to 60, so anything over 20 is long range. It's not amazing, but it does keep burning potentially. Okay. I'm going a bit closer.
To say, for the purposes of what's happening, as Magus found some dead vines on your right, here are the dead vines, and on your left here are the alive vines.
I'll chuck one of the cocktails then, but I don't actually know how to do it. Can I throw a dart instead, or is it improvised weapon?
Oh, it's a dex save. That doesn't. No target. Oh no, ranged attack. And then, yeah, ranged attack. And then on a hit, target takes 1d4 damage.
Oh dear.
Making a dex save to extinguish the flames each turn.
Well, I'm guessing it's obscured because I've missed.
Yeah, they are semi-obscured. You can see these little creatures running in and out of the vines, in and out of this fog. And you see the light briefly appear in that fog, but then it's enveloped and swallowed by the fog again. Anything else?
Oh, that's all I can do.
Okay. Nothing. No.
Did it just not burst?
Thank you kindly.
A voice says in the fog.
You do that if you've already cast a spell. And you can use a cantrip. Oh, is this magic missile a cantrip?
For catching that.
Make like a tree and leaf.
Eve, exactly. I like how me and Matt thought the same joke.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be. It's only a level. It's only a cantrip.
Oh, will you lot just grow? I was really rooting for you.
Yeah, they fail.
See, basic works on these.
Nice. Vicious Mockery is a good cantrip. Oh, it might head for the person it can see now. Maybe. Lovely. You better, because this one, or these 5, are coming at you.
Am I the only one who, that when she said that, just instantly thought Cleopatra?
You
I
were,
think people
but
are
you're
just
not
not
now.
admitting. Yeah. A 16. Yes.
On who?
Oh, sorry, on Darzin.
Oh.
For 6 points of piercing damage. It's full of holes. And this one. 30 feet, and it's going to try absence. Oof.
Mm.
5 piercing damage. And that is for absence. And next we have Magus. Magus? I don't know.
Magus. Curse you, you itchy little bastards. I'm going to cast Hex on the one in front of me. And then I shall draw in my breath again in my pipe, and I shall blow out my mouth, and it comes out all yellow, and cast a poison spray on the ones in front of me.
Dex save.
Constitution.
Yep, misread that, thank you. Hit me with that damage.
Oh, and the fog cloud disappears as well. It kind of all plumes up and comes back into me.
No. No, that's not fair.
That's a total.
There you go.
Checking if I have immunities. No, I don't, so that's a tidy 7. all of you see these little creatures as the fog dissipates, sort of let out these high-pitched, not screams because they don't really have mouths, but this noise just emanates from them like a as they react to this poison and try and shake it off. Anything else? Yep.
That's all right.
Which needle blight is that? I need to move over here. Oh, that one will just go over here. Okay, he's off map now. He's fucked off. They have fucked off. Mick!
So the ones that are left, I suppose, are the ones that are too far away from me to hear me. So the other ones don't seem to be coming back as they're moving away from me.
But they're not. Yeah, the ones on your left are moving away. The ones on your right are still moving in the direction of the noises they can hear.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Can I dash 60 feet and shout "leave" again?
Yeah, you're just saying one word. I'll let that. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll be my turn.
Listen.
Not much I can do, but if they're leaving, I will just movement, action dash, and bonus action dash, just to up by Mick and Darzen. And that's it.
Nice. He's moving off map.
Oh, I forgot I've got deflect missiles. Dumbass.
I'm sorry, I don't know your class very well.
Nor do I, clearly. With those needles, I could have deflected them and maybe flung them back.
But these little guys who you just sprayed with poison, Magus, can see you now and will make a claw attack. They come at you with their what look like hands, but they have poison in their eyes or ears or whatever they are using to blindsight you, and miss. Absent.
Okay, so we don't know if what Lex told him to go away, but I'm not sure I would know that was going to do something. So I'm going to attack this swarm that's on this strange fellow with the pipe. 15.
Hits.
Okay. 9 bludgeoning damage, and I shall spend a key point to do a flurry of blows. Oh dear, that's 11.
This is. But with that core staff hit, you will basically hit one and it will go. And now there's 4 of them.
Okay. Second one was a 17.
It's.
But I would also like it to make a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 13.
It fails.
It can't take reactions until the end of my next turn. That's my nerve pinch. I don't know what nerves they have, but clearly figured it out. and I shall just turn to this. You can run now. I suggest you do.
Magus, could you please make me a help me
shit.
out here? What is it? A wisdom save?
Wisdom
Yeah.
save. Yeah. Yeah, I should say you see this red-skinned. Yeah, you're fine. Red-skinned tiefling with literally looks like fire coming out of his eyes. But yeah, you're good.
Yeah. It sends a chill for you to look at him, but you're fine. You're not that scared of him. Anything else absent?
No, that's no. No. Just no, actually yes. I'm gonna spend a key point to I think I can do a key point to disengage, can't I? There's so many things on this blooming list.
If it can't take reactions, you don't need to disengage, do you?
Oh yeah, I don't, do I? Yeah, what am I talking about? I should just I didn't
I
take
understood a rule!
You did better than me, that's for sure. I can't remember how much I moved. I think that's all I can do.
Very well.
I was there, wasn't I? So 15. I can get to there.
Next up is Starzin. Hit them. Ow. 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 Oh, that's not how math works. These... I don't know how you...
I forgot to roll the damage on my hit.
Do that. Heck.
That's
Okay.
10 bludgeoning damage on top of the can't take reactions, yeah.
Right, so 1 gets hit and now it's a swarm of 3. Then these like firework like lights go off in the 3 that are remaining, and 2 of them just have little, I don't know, flames on their head and start running around, and then eventually just go "Eh." And there's just, it's not a swarm anymore, it's one little needle blight. Anything else? Mm-hmm. Needle blight hasn't been attacked. "60 feet. Needle blight hasn't been attacked. 60 feet. Just walks past you. Magus.
I'll thank you kindly, young fellow, and I shall back up. As I'm doing so, I'm using my bonus action to imbue those stones I picked up earlier on with some magic, and I back up. I shall lob one at that lonely little blight that's buzzing around. If I can bloody find my spell.
Notice their blood's green. I'm glad someone has the foresight to think of these things. Meets it beats.
And that shall damage it with some more necrotic damage for my hex.
So close.
That's all.
Poor little Groot is now just like a tree trunk rather than a humanoid shape, just floundering there on its back, going. Anything else?
No, that's all.
So
They are leaving. They are. They've already gone. Is Nick back?
no.
Okay. To be fair, don't know what he'd do. Maybe finish it off, but he can't enjoy it. So, Alessander, you can.
I'm going to go between the rocks, rocky rocks, and I'm going to take my movement and bonus action dash, and I'm going to appear behind the druid. And can I attempt to grapple him, please?
Tom, would you like to roll a contested? I believe you can do athletics or acrobatics, but it's a straight athletics for you, Alessander.
Not my best. I need to stop trying to grapple things!
Or is it a contested strength and then it's athletics to keep it? And never mind. Let's just do that. I said it out loud.
So he's just getting a weird hug from a posh boy.
Yeah.
Here, bugger off! Where the bloody hell did you come from?
Anyone else? Anything else? Sorry.
Pretty much just asking who the fuck are you. So there's just now a little interrogation going on in the vines.
Very nice.
Alessander, the things were attacking him.
That one's gone. This one is gonna move. No, it's not. It's an idiot. Yeah, it's an idiot. It'll. No, I'll say it's damage beyond the point it can actually really move, but it will just do a ranged attack at you. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who hit
Do it
him
at me.
last?
Do it at me. Do it at me.
Okay. Why not? Doesn't matter.
Oh,
You're not allowed to use the features you've remembered.
this time, yeah.
Or you could use a different feature now. It's your turn.
Don't really have any features to use other than I'm just gonna run up and clock it with my staff. I should add that the staff is just a spear with the tip broken off. Oh dear. Flurry of blows. Key point. One. Oh god. Second one. 50.
Oh. Can I flavour this? I've just got.
Yeah.
You go to hit it with your staff, but you miss because it's just there, like rolling around.
It's unarmed. So I've hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You go to stamp on it, but you just stamp on your own foot, and that makes you like hop on one leg, so you end up accidentally hitting it with your next attack. Which would you like to roll damage for it? It will probably kill it. Yes. How do you kill it?
I'll stamp on my own foot and then I'll bring my foot back up and just squash it into the ground.
Yeah, it just crumbles to pieces like a piece of wood. Because it is a piece of wood. I'm really good at the descriptions.
It would have been better if I'd done like a karate chop and cut it in half like you see people doing with bricks and stuff, wouldn't it? But I didn't think of that either.
I mean, there are more. It depends what you do next. Anything else?
I think they're leaving, aren't they?
The others appear to be.
I shall do nothing. I will turn to Alexander and Darzin and say, should we get rid of these? They're just going to attack other people that they come across if we don't. And that can
If
be
you
my
want
turn.
to.
Hey,
Uh,
doesn't. Oh, sorry, absence.
No, that was it. That's all I can do.
You touch yourself. Classic Darzin. Anything else? I'm glad we had this chat. Moving on. I'm so sorry.
That's why Pikachu behind you looks so shocked, Veronica. He looks really shocked.
He's seen things. This one will keep moving away. This one will keep moving away. Yes.
I just stopped laughing at Pikachu, and I'm gonna I'm gonna walk back forward to those little things that we just kicked the arse of. I'll just kick one of the bits of wood with my foot. What are these little bastards then?
If there was an outtake stream or whatever that would be on it, I think that whole little bit.
Didn't go well, did it?
What am I allowed to do as an opportunity attack?
Melee attack.
Could I
Yes.
try and grapple someone as an opportunity attack?
Ooh. Ooh.
By the rules, no.
No.
There's our rules guy.
As Magus walks away, he kind of feels like hands like swipe at him a little bit, but Alexander has never managed to grapple anything in his entire life. So he tries, he misses because he couldn't do it anyway.
Okay. Oh wait, we're still on Magus. Sorry, Magus. Was it just you talking?
Yeah, just going up there and kicking the bits of wood around with my foot and wondering what the bloody hell they are. I'll look up a little bit at Absence and sort of gesture my head back at the other one and say, he's a bit touchy-feely, isn't he?
He's seen some stuff.
He's a fucking druid! We were sent here to kill the druids! Have you
Alexander,
all lost your minds?
they were attacking him. Do you think if he was a druid, they would have been attacking him?
Don't think that twigs act with any sense. I just didn't think you were also a twig, Absence.
Can you just sit down on the ground, friend, and we'll sort this out?
Oh, if you like.
Is anyone going to go after the remaining blights, or are we done with this combat?
Don't worry.
Then let's end combat and that awful, horrible music. And have a
Sorry,
chat.
Alexander was shouting at me. It distracted me from fighting.
To start with, would you like to describe what they see, Tom?
Right. Magus is about, well, yeah, about 5 feet tall, pointy hat on my head, and grey hair that's sort of tinged yellow with tobacco, and dirty looking, like I've been spending my time in the soil. And I'm wearing a cloak and robe over the top of like a leather apron, and it sort of flows out. I look a little bit like a cone turned upside down, to be perfectly honest. And little twigs and plants growing out of every bit of hook and crook of my cloak and my hat. And a little under the tip of my hat, you can see what looks like a little bit of a horn growing out the centre of my forehead. Got piggy-like eyes and a big nose.
Absence, have you ever seen anything that was so druidy?
Perhaps he's like a 16th tiefling, maybe, looking at the one horn.
I don't know what then there are, but Magus I be.
And the 6 foot tall, white blonde hair looks handsome at first, but if you look at him too much, you'll notice he's just very, very pretty. He's a very pretty half elf. Dressed in fine clothes that have seen better days. So, are you a druid?
Not entirely sure, to be honest. I like plants. Does that count?
Yes, I think that counts.
And I suppose I am.
Why are you here?
Well, I was in the area, and I thought to myself, there's something a bit unky with that there house up there on that hill. So I thought to myself, I says, Magus, I says, I'll go up there and I'll see what I can do to straighten that there house out. And I walked along and I saw that some pillock's been planting these vines on this hill, despite it not being the right weather. And next thing I know, these little itchy little bastards are trying to attack me. Thank you kindly for helping.
Bagus, for your knowledge, that sense that you had is no longer in the house, it's moved out and is very much with this small green creature standing nearby.
And to be honest, I think I might have found what was so honky with that house. And I'll look with my pig-like eyes. I'll look straight at that little green thing.
And that little green thing is holding a black staff. It's clearly made from a wood, but a wood that has been not burnt but corrupted in some way, and that's what's been giving you that weird feeling. It's like that wood, that tree that gave you that weird feeling and was also black.
Mick's just gonna look around to see who he's staring at, and then realize it's going, oh, I just got this. I didn't have it before.
Am I allowed to get up now?
Gonna look at the other. Is it?
I don't see why not. But if you so much as raise a finger to any of these, I will end you. Maybe not the purple one. And you fuck vampires.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anytime
one time
there's
you
been
can
any
say it was a
time.
mistake, but 2 times.
Mick's gonna go next. Your little is sleeping with the enemy, so.
That's
Yes, I
in next.
never fucked the baby. And she looks confused at her own statement and why that's better. or why it occurred that to her. She goes into a deep thought for like 2 minutes. Not saying anything.
Okay, well, we've settled that. We're all terrible people. What?
New friend who is not a druid but definitely smells like one. Do you know what this is?
I shall get up and I shall walk over to the little green thing, and I shall just nod at the staff he's holding. May I?
You can touch it, but you can't take it off my hands.
I don't want to touch that. I'll just bend over towards it and I'll give it a little sniff. Have any of you got high passive perception?
No.
What do you class as high?
14 or more?
Alessander and Darzin?
How do I even know my passive perception?
So
I've got a 14 somehow.
okay. So as I'm bending down and sort of my neck cranes a little bit out to sniff at the staff there, you'll see that on part of my face under my chin looks kind of bark-like and hard and black and burnt, a little bit like the edge of that staff.
Okay, mine's 16, so I'd also notice that.
And I'll sniff the staff. Aye, is this what's honky?
And
Don't
as you're
touch
closer
that.
to it now, you can see there is blood oozing from it, like like in the little knots in the wood. It's not blood that has been splattered; it's literally coming out of it, like it's bleeding like sap.
I'm no expert, but that's not good.
I don't like that at all. I wouldn't be touching that if I were you.
It looks. I mean, it feels fine. I've done worse. Looks like it might be useful.
You call those things back one lot at a time so we can burn them. Like a pit, some fuel, make them go in the pit, set it on fire.
I don't know if they'll obey me if I ask them to do something that's directly harmful to them.
Well, they won't know it's harmful until they're burning, so...
Burn anything, I'd burn that staff, to be honest.
Well,
let's not be hasty why those things are out there.
Mick will shout at the top of her voice, return.
You're a bit far away, Mick.
It's worth a try.
I think they're gone.
Okay.
I can try to chase them. But...
No. Those things are going to cause havoc.
Well, I don't know what they do when they're not receiving instructions.
I shall pull needles out of my skin and hold it out and show Mick. I think that's what they do.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought we just wanted to get rid of them. We can chase them down if we like, and I'll ask them to stay.
What does everyone else think?
Don't even know.
Look what happened when we failed to deal with the problem at the windmill.
But those creatures were brought here by the druids.
I'd leave them well be if they gone. I wouldn't go after them.
Where did you tell them to go? That's what I
Sorry,
thought.
I asked them to leave. I just asked them to leave.
Okay.
You can see them as they're making their way off. They will leave the vineyard and make their way into the forest until you lose sight of them.
Well, I think that's problem solved there, apart from that staff.
What's wrong with the staff?
Well, I said it's honky.
I
It's
don't
not
know what
right.
that means.
It's
What
not
language is
right.
that?
It's just not right. Anyway, you asked Magus who Magus be, and I thank you kindly for your help. But who might be you?
So I'll describe Absence actually. He's probably 6'2", quite skinny, like wiry. He's well toned, but he's not big and muscular. He's quite lithe and weirdly thin. And he stoops a little bit, which makes him look probably about 6 foot tall. It's got red skin, pointy, weird ears, jet black horns that sort of hug his head and go right to the back of his head, and red eyes that look like they've got fire in them. Absence. So you never heard of a tiefling? Well, now you've met one.
Pleasure, Absence, the tiefling.
The blonde guy will turn to you and he'll put forward his hand to shake yours and be like, my name is Alexander of House Rutan, but I doubt that means anything here.
I shall grudgingly take his hand, and you're always wanting to touch people, aren't you? And I shall grab it, and my hand's very, very dirty. There's dirt on the fingernails, muck all over it, but I shall grab it hard and give it a good shake.
He'll take his hand back afterwards and will just try and find a bit of rag or a handkerchief or something to wipe it on.
A raven will sort of fly across the vineyard and land on your shoulder and go, "Caw?"
It's okay, I think it's over now, at least for a short while. You
You're
did
all
really well.
alive.
Just about. You did really well. Very proud of you. We should get you some food.
The raven, with a very normal, human-y sort of sounding voice, plumps its chest and ruffles its feathers. Sorry,
Well,
Absence.
that's a good omen if ever there was one. A raven and a talking raven.
That's a fine bird.
Yeah, when did you get a talking raven?
Oh, he seemed to find us when we needed him, when I needed him, and he is the finest of ravens.
That probably
Little-
means
little
that you're
scritch.
marked.
Caw.
I heard you talking. I heard you already. That means you're marked, Alexander.
Am I?
You can be whatever you want to be right now, Graham.
Okay. And he will puff in like a genie. The raven form disappears in as lots of black feathers just sort of fly up and dissipate into nothingness. And there is Graham. Let me show you a picture of the beloved party. Graham, Tom.
Okay,
you
so
will-
you're not marked by the Raven Queen. That's probably actually a good thing.
I'm probably marked by something else. I think we all are here.
I shall say to the little thing. So, would it speak infernal or abyssal? Would I know? Doesn't matter. I can speak both. I'll say in infernal to the little thing. Graham's not your real name, is it?
Speaks infernal and common.
I share Graham's artwork. It's not got the.
If you right click on the token, there's a little picture at the bottom. You can click that. So right click the little image bottom left.
Oh, that's Alessander. We know what he looks like. That's what you see, Tom.
Well, bugger me, that's not someone you see every day.
Hi!
I shall say in infernal, if you do anything to harm Alessander, you'll be back in the abyss so fast you won't know what hit you.
It will back up a little bit, so it's got some distance between you, and then say, well, if you do anything to Alessander, same.
There's no danger of that, so you don't have to make a fool of yourself. But seriously, I know you're kind. Who are you bound to?
I'm not. Well, I don't think so. What's
That's
Graham
not so good.
inciting?
Mostly Alexander trying to figure out. He doesn't know what language they're speaking, but can he tell their intent?
Oh, yeah, you'd be able to tell that. You'd probably recognise your name.
And
I would say
Graham
your
backing
name.
off.
And Graham backing off.
It's difficult because absence always looks a little bit scary.
I'll kind of shield Graham a little bit.
Just be careful with in common. Just be careful with that thing, Alessander, please.
He's lost here as much as the rest of us. Done nothing to harm us, and he's been quite useful and grown quite fond of him.
Okay, just be careful making deals with infernal things. My mother told me all about them. So just look after yourself and don't trust the thing, okay?
I want to get out of this place so much I will make whatever deal I need to. But Graham is nothing to be worried about. He's a good fellow.
Okay. If you trust him, I'll give him a chance, but I see him put a wing wrong.
The
Might need to
most
do
he's going to
something.
do is steal baked goods from you.
Do you have baked goods?
I don't.
Do you have baked goods? And he's gonna fly, still keeping his distance, but fly closer to you, Tom.
Oh, you don't have baked goods. I got some dried ones.
All right.
She'll lift up the corner of my hat and take some dried tobacco leaves out and try to pass them to him.
Hey, now. Probably too young for that.
They
He'll-
literally come from a burning landscape. I don't think smoke is really going to cause problems. Unless you're going to chew it, that's disgusting.
Oh, he will take one and start chewing one.
Mm.
You're supposed to smoke it, not chew it.
Look, he's very food driven.
I shall click my fingers and grow a mushroom out my thumb. Can eat that.
I
Drink that.
wouldn't eat that either.
Oh, he's already got his mouth around it.
Oh, Graham.
Ah!
You can't just go eating food off strangers.
If he wants to eat random thumb mushrooms, let him. What's the worst that could happen? What the hell? I never thought I'd say thumb mushroom today.
It's not as good as that baked good stuff, please. Good.
Okay, just tell me if you start feeling funny and don't fly too high. Please.
Why not?
In case you have a funny reaction to it, I don't want you to fall.
I was flying before I could walk. I think I'll be fine.
Please be careful.
Can I have another fun mushroom?
Of course. Click.
It tastes like dirt.
Yeah, probably. I haven't washed my hands in the ever. You gotta eat a speck of dirt before you die.
I don't think that's actually a saying.
Jim, have you described yourself?
Well, you shouldn't show vampires then, should you? But yeah. It got you nowhere because you made a bad deal. The wrong one. Make a deal with the right one.
For Tom's purposes, you don't know what a Vistani is, and actually none of them. You've seen no creatures like the ones that are in front of you before. Darzin and Alisander, pretty like the people on the hill. It's just that they're a bit. Their ears are just a bit pointier.
Alexander's probably a bit paler for being an
People in
indoor
Barovia
campfire.
are pale.
That is true. I keep thinking that they've been working on a vineyard and stuff, so they've been outside, but it doesn't count here.
The Martikovs are a bit darker than your average Barovian, but yeah, it's a spectrum of pale. Nick, have you described yourself for Tom?
No, I don't believe I have. So Nick is a small-sized, I suppose, goblin. Well, she looks quite like a goblin, but a bit more humanoid in features, and she has these massive bunny-like ears that hang on the side of her head. Pretty much as you can see, she's got blue hair, and she's wearing solid leather armor, and she's holding this staff that we described before. Her clothes look quite dirty, and she's very fidgety and anxious, like on a regular basis. She just kind of never stands still or completely still. She never sits down comfortably, and she's kind of flinching a lot at sudden sounds.
Well, you lot seem like, well, the friendliest folk I've met, yeah. But as I said, there was something wrong on this hill, and I think it's that staff. And I came here to set things right, and I'd feel much more comfy, young lass, if you put that thing down, because I don't think it's going to do you any good at all.
Mick's gonna look down at the stuff and then back at you, and well, I think it will be rather useful. Can do all sorts of things, and as long as I'm not planning to use it against anyone, I don't see why it's a problem.
Well, can lead a horse to water. Oh, yeah, I told you what I thought. Be on your head.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of you, but we did want to make a difference here, didn't we? And we said we needed to grow a lot more power before we can take on Strahd, and I think that adds to that.
What brought you lot to this house?
And just like that, as you say that, from the direction that you guys initially traveled, you will see Adrian Martikov appear at the tree line and go. He won't say anything because he can't quite see everything, but he'll make a gesture, try to get your attention.
Do you know
I
E?
suppose we should get a move on. Was there anything else that we needed to get out of the house to make sure it was clear? Okay.
Alessander, as you beckon them over, the eldest Martikov will gingerly start making his way forward, inspecting the vines as he goes, and then gesture backwards, and you'll see the elderly patriarch of the family follow behind him.
Why don't I like the old guy again?
He's a bit of a dick.
Just generally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he will hobble up and say, "Well, that's not a Barovian, but I want to suck you. Well, did you do it? Are they gone?"
Are you being attacked currently? Well, I just think it's the best way to check.
Yes,
We
but
haven't been able.
I don't see any corpses. And a few over there.
I'll go inside.
So you killed all the blights, you killed all the druids.
Well, we got rid of them.
Did you search the bodies? Did they have anything on them?
We were too busy killing everything.
Right, well, if you say it's safe, and he's going to make his way into the house.
Well, I didn't say it was safe, but and Alexander will kind of say that under his breath, letting the old guy walk off.
The younger one will say, it is safe, right?
Most likely.
We maybe should have warned you about that, but it's sort of hidden, so we didn't think you would find it. You found it. Did you take anything from it? We had some coin down there, a little statue.
But there was one of the druids guarding it, it would seem.
But you have dealt with them. And
Yeah. And
did
there'll be a
they?
quick glance back to the other druid that's hanging around with us now.
Uh, mm, with you? He was not with. He? I think was not with you when you came to us.
He's a recent addition.
I will admit I have not seen this one around the house, so if you feel you can trust him.
I wouldn't say that, but
I
we'll keep an eye on him.
Still stood by the edge of the wine. Oi! This here yours?
the vineyard?
Oi!
Yes. And who are you?
I be Magus, and you ain't gonna be having much luck growing these things here. Not the right weather for these.
Well, we have managed, but you are correct. It is not the right weather for these. You didn't happen to find. Oh, he had this conversation with Milton. You didn't happen to find a gem on any of the druids or anywhere in the house.
We didn't, did we?
I think so.
No, but we were not able to check all of them fully.
I think that is what my father may be doing now. If the house is safe, do you need to rest? Would you like to come inside? I will get the rest of the family.
It might be an idea for us to stay for a short while just in case any of the remaining blights return.
I thought you said you had dealt with them.
We have. That doesn't mean that there aren't more around.
I'm going to quickly scan around him and satisfied say, that is appreciated. Please go inside. I will get the others. And I'm so sorry. The first thing I should have said is thank you. And now I need to find the fucking family. There's so many family. So bear with me whilst I change that scene. They also don't really have a living room. So you can all hang out in the fermentation vats, I suppose. with the patriarch, oldest son, middle daughter. Where is she? Oh, just drag everyone on. Who cares? Think I no.
Follow him, but at a distance.
As they start walking towards the house, I'll step up alongside Absence and sort of look up to him and say, "Mind if I tag along for a bit? I'm a little bit worried about that little green lass there. I don't want to see any harm come to her because of that bloody staff."
Yeah, of course, that's fine. To be frank, are you new to this place?
Yeah, I'd be quite new, yes.
If you go it alone, you won't last long here.
Nice joining of the new characters.
I've already died once. Didn't care for it.
Can't tell. Don't look a day over 299. I have no way of knowing mind. Can I have a sniff and see if I smell anything funny with the barrels then?
Yeah, that'd be a nature, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do a nature. And you will see out of the woods emerge and then into this. Well, it's a large room, but it's a large family. A lot of humans. Including Raj. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sort of no 6 sort of adults in their prime, if you will. 3 children and a baby and an elderly man. The elderly man, sorry, will probably enter last, coming from some other room of the house because he made his way over straight away and said, and take the eldest aside to talk to him. What did you get on your nature check? 19. Yeah, there's definitely poison in.
They speak true. I wouldn't be drinking these. Make you not very well. They don't smell right at all.
The old man will just huff and say, "Fucking forest folk." That's okay. We have something for that. Uh, in the cellar. Elvir, would you go? And Elvir will, who is one of the youngest, leave and start to make their way downstairs. Ugh. Sorry, this is the old man. Of course, I want the reward. Yes, but if you just listen to yourself, most of our wine is poisoned. But yeah, there's some in this. Unless the forest folk druids drank it, then yes, there'll be a few bottles in the cellar. Fine, fine. Ugh. Look, Enrique, because that is your name now. He'll shout down the guy that went downstairs. Bring a bottle of champagne to Stomp. 1 bottle.
Do pan do what? Where?
Sorry, did we just do all of that for a bottle of wine? Ah, you do know if you can get me some plums or rhubarb, or I can make you some wine. Oh, the grapes can't be very good here. The sun never comes out. This
Well-
is why no one likes you, darling. You
A
could have
gift
just
for
said
who?
that.
Insight check. Which I'm prob- Are you trying to deceive me?
Yeah, he'll talk some fluff around how he wants to go see Madame Ava. And having met her, and knowing she is a revered figure amongst the Vistani, it would make sense. Sorry, while you're talking about why they can't grow good wine here, the old guy will step up and say, our wine is brilliant, and the reason we can make the wine is because. And listen to me. I'm telling you this because you did this for us. This isn't to go outside of this room. We have some magical seeds that allow the vines to grow. The problem is the fucking druids have stolen one of them, which means that we will not be able to grow any wine. This is what you see in the room is all that we have.
Magical seeds.
Yes, that's what I said. Keep up.
I'll show you how to make my nettle wine or rhubarb wine. That'll have to do you.
Well, no. If we can get the seed, at least that seed back. What
A
I'm
singular seed will grow multiple vines.
It feeds the earth. It nourishes the earth. It's been passed down for centuries. We are the only winemakers in this valley. And I've looked around the house and I've searched all of their bodies, and none of them have it. So I think they have taken it back to their home.
How many seeds do you have? And how many are missing?
We had 3. We are missing 3.
But you said that the druids had taken 1.
The last
Are
one,
you
yes.
are you going to bitch and moan as much about rewarding us for recovering these seeds, or will you actually be grateful this time?
Look, you don't have to help us. The thing is, wine is the lifeblood of Barovia. There is nothing else here that keeps people going. We are doing our jobs, and if you are good people like Fyodor and Dagmara say you are, then why can't you keep doing your good deeds?
What happened to the seeds that went missing before the druids?
Oh, fucking Erwin. And Adrian, the young oldest son, is going to just sort of put a hand on his father's shoulder and say, Father, why don't you go check on Elvir? Check the druids didn't steal any of our wine. I can talk to them. You will be nice. Too nice. You will offer them things. I probably will, but
But it's the lifeblood of Barovia.
we have our vineyard back. As he's making his way downstairs, he'll just sort of keep his eyes trained on you, Absence. um,
While all that chatting's going on, can I have been sniffing around the biggest barrel? And I want to cast Detect Magic and see if the poison is magical in nature or just a poison.
you
Okay.
can do. It's just a poison. Yeah, all of the poisoned barrels are poison. Normal poison, not of a magical sort. Made with the sort of things that you can find naturally. I feel like someone asked me a question, but in the spiel, I didn't answer it.
What happened to the seeds that went missing before the druids took the last one?
Thank you, and apologies for my brain. Right, about 3 months ago, another seed was stolen. We were attacked by, I know how this sounds, scarecrows. And then a few years ago was when the other one was stolen. Erwin, who I believe you know, Erwin is the innkeeper in the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki. He was on watch, and he says he didn't see anything and doesn't remember what happened. But the next
And
morning it was gone.
so was that overnight?
Hmm. So we haven't been making the Champagne du Stomp, which, right, is a stupid name in Barovia, for many years. It will be a revered vintage, my friend. And we haven't made the Red Dragon Crush for the past 3 months. All we have left is the purple grape mash. Well, that is what is in these poisoned barrels.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that there poison in there, but If I were you, what I'd do now is get some straw, perhaps them dead vines that they're outside, shove them in there to soak this all up, and set a fire to the whole bloody lot of it.
Well, we could do that, but I think what my father, in his, and I apologize for him, in his way, is saying, thank you for helping us here with our home. Is there any way you would see to helping us further?
I go start getting some of them dead vines, if you like.
I meant retrieving one of the gems,
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
the seeds. The seeds look like gems. They're green, they're shiny. You'll know them when you see them. We have a theory. We know there is a swamp witch to the southeast of here. I don't know how she will have found out about it, but by the time we had managed to fight off the scarecrows, she had made off with it.
I can't remember about the swamp witch that we met previously. Jenny, yeah.
No point have I referred to her as a swamp witch.
No, but she lived out in a weird hut. She was creepy. She seemed a bit haggish. And does it sound familiar? Because I can't remember enough about her, so I'm just like,
So whatever you remember, you'd sort of describe. I mean, it could have been that they did not have a pig. Tell me a history? Yeah. Now you can have heard of it because you've been around a long time, but in stories, like stories people of Vistani tell their children at nighttime, to make sure they don't go wandering off into the woods. As you're stood there having this conversation, Enrique Iglesias and I've forgotten the video game character that you referenced. Will come back up. Reinhardt, thank you. Will come back up the stairs, and the old guy will be shouting, "Hey, you! Did you take anything from the cellar? There should be some gold and some scrolls. So it was either you or the forest folk."
Oh, yeah, it's the first time I've been in here.
I did not take anything.
Haven't worked out a way to say where he's gone. So Milton wouldn't do that. Steve, if you're watching the stream back and have any ideas, please let me know. Would it be fair to say that you could have just left those things in this room So it would have been in your short rest, because he did say what was in there. So if any of you did take the scrolls or the money, or would have before you knew, well, you knew it was theirs because it was in their fucking cellar, but otherwise they're still in this room. No one is saying otherwise, so
Well, I haven't got them, so
Alexander wouldn't. Mick, would you have taken 100 gold and 2 spell scrolls?
Sorry, my computer was glitching while I was trying to get the mute button. No, I wouldn't have.
Okie dokie. Then Milton has left them behind, and Enrique can quickly point out where they are, like on top of a barrel in the corner or something from when you were taking a rest. All right, it wasn't you. And Enrique will stand here and start reading from the scroll. And you will see this light and
whoa.
Mm?
What?
he's going to take one of the scrolls that was in the cellar, that was then left in this room, and start reading it.
What are you doing?
This we have these just in case. This is a spell to remove the poison from the wine.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, that's absolutely understandable. And you'll see, as he speaks, this light form around him, and I don't know, sort of from the ground up, make this wall of light that then dissipates as it hits the top of the vats, and he'll smell it, have a taste. The old guy will too, and they'll sort of nod and move over here, and Davian will push past you. Move out of the way, you can see we are working. Adrian, are they going to do it?
Only if you say please in a very nice manner.
What is your problem, eh?
You.
We thought we had lost everything.
Yeah, well, that's no excuse for being an ass, is it? We risked our lives to save this for you.
We risked our lives trying to save it. We just made smart choices and realized we weren't capable of it. So thank you. There.
Hmm.
What's the hot son's name again?
Elvir. He is, as will have been explained to you, it goes, like, eldest is Adrian, then it's
Oh.
Stefania, who is the one with lots of children, who is married to the guy stood next to her tag, and then it's Erwin, who you know, and then at the very bottom, the youngest is Elvir.
So Alexander's type is dark and hairy. So it's Adrian that he thinks is the hot one.
You making eyes at, oh, Adrian. Adrian is the,
Doesn't matter.
he's the dad of Theodore and Dagmara.
That doesn't matter.
Cool.
Alexander has daddy issues. He can't help it.
So
Adrian,
Mm?
what exactly are you asking of us?
Well, as I think you can see, we don't have a huge amount. The settlements cannot pay much for the wine that we deliver, but we have some coin, and we have a place to offer you shelter if you would go to Yesterhill, where the druids live, and see if you can retrieve this gem for us so that we can at least keep making one of our wines.
How have you not seen all of the towns in 300 years?
Jim and Dawson are a bit confused at the moment.
So, I'm
Where
happy
is
to
Yesterhill?
help for a drink.
It's about half a day's travel to the south if you take the road, shorter if you go through the woods.
I'm happy to take a stroll in the woods.
Half a day south, we search for the gem, and we receive coin and shelter.
We'll always be happy to offer you shelter,
We appreciate that.
and we're within reason, because as you have seen, my father is my father. Some wine.
I'll take wine instead of coin. It's probably cheaper for you. I don't need the fancy crap that Darzin likes.
I have a sniff at one of the barrels I've seen them messing around with. See if it still smells the same or see if it's still poison.
Yes. Roll me another nature check, please. And also, when you say that, Adrian will go, "Well, of course. Give me a moment," and he's gonna just quickly run downstairs and run back up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bottles, not of the champagne, but on the label they say Red Dragon Crush.
Didn't mean now, but fair play.
I was going to say, how often? In Barovia? Quite often. Sorry, nature skill check. You're not sure because that acrid smell has really got up your nose, and now you're not sure if it's just the remnants of it or if it's still there.
I just mutter to myself under my breath, probably still won't be drinking that.
If it's already bottled, I'm sure it's fine. Do you think this is still bad?
I can't tell, but best be safe than sorry, I say.
No, Enrique will pipe up. I have done the spell. The wine is safe to drink now. Let's see, and he will take a goblet from on the floor or something, and take some and drink it himself.
I shall use druid craft under my breath, and I shall make it smell as he stuffs it down. I shall make it smell a little bit like rotten wood. See, still think it might be a bit funky.
Yeah.
I thought it was for someone else.
Yeah. So you have 2 bottles, Darcy. Enrique will like put his hand up and then go, never mind. Father, could you? It doesn't smell right. It tastes fine, but and he'll pass the glass over to the cranky old man.
I shall do the same as he sips it.
I see what you mean. It tastes fine, but it is probably some sort of trick from the forest folk, whatever they used. It has something that has infiltrated the cask, maybe. Ah, there we go. A fan. Isn't it brilliant? Like I said, the lifeblood of Barovia. Everybody loves this wine.
I'm sure I've had better. Just slightly under his just under his voice. He doesn't want to be under his breath. He doesn't want to be saying that out loud, but part of him just can't let it go.
Probably had better. I guess Adrian will just turn to you all and say, well, I suppose you can take some time to rest here and think on it, if you like.
What time of day is it for us at the moment?
You got there. So you did half a day's travel to get here, then you did this, then you did. It's coming towards evening. So let's call it 5 o'clock-ish.
It would be probably best for us to not travel at night. Let's set off in the morning.
Well, please, my family will be probably tidying, settling the kids back in, but there isn't a huge amount of room, but whatever bedding we have, we will lay out for you upstairs. And whatever my father says, you are welcome here.
We don't need much, just a roof over our heads.
Oh, and I guess they'll all start milling about, doing their thing. And what they'll probably do, because there's not really a lot of enough beds, well, any beds going spare, they might offer you the rooms upstairs. Let me bring you upstairs.
Mick will happily sleep on the floor.
There's only 2 beds in the room upstairs, so some of you will have to sleep on the floor, but there will be some extra like cushions, blankets that they will offer you. It's a meager offering, to be honest, but it was better at the Blue Water Inn. At least they had enough. They had actual beds, but they do their best.
You're not my type, Darzin, and I'm not a vampire, so thanks for the offer. Well, that's not surprising.
Keep forgetting to put Tom in. I'm so sorry.
Outside of one of the beds. So you go sleep on one of these things here.
So sorry, Tom. For no, you did see it. So the the fermentation room has an upper balcony level that the central stairs lead up to, which will take you up to the upper level where there are a couple of bedrooms. They have asked to keep the main bedroom for the children. So that one that you've just walked past absence, and not that one, Darzin. That one does, and you've got 2 bedrooms in there. When you let
You
people
can see
loose.
him running up and down the corridor.
We'll be fine in the corner.
I sleep on the floor. Someone can have the bed.
I'm not,
Alexander,
not sleeping on
um,
that thing.
Alexander would share with Nick and Graham.
He spoons.
He is the little spoon, I imagine.
No.
Oh no,
His
If he's-
wings.
If he's a big spoon and you roll over, he's squished. He's got to be the little spoon.
No, but
No,
he's
he-
like up against the wall.
still don't know which bedroom we should actually be in.
You're in the right ones.
Okay.
There's 2 little bedrooms. They've just asked to keep the main one for the Kiddywinkles. And that's where they will be. Anything else you would do with your evening?
What? Yeah. I think Absence is just going to sit on the bed and reflect and reflected on why he's suddenly so intolerant of people. He never really liked people, but he's finding he's telling them what he thinks a bit more often than he's used to, and he doesn't quite know why.
Then will you be taking watches? The Adrian will tell you that they will take watches in their room as well.
Alexander will take a watch. He'd also quite like to write a little letter while he's taking a watch.
You can do that. You'd find a candle somewhere. Oh yeah, there's a printing press next to the bedrooms. Yeah, they have all sorts in there. Okay, first watch does it. Roll me a perception, please. You're in your head a bit. From what you can see when you look out the windows, you don't see any movement outside. Do it. Mm-hmm. I got to and stay close to. Hi, dozen? They are rebuilding. Oh, hi, dozen. They are rebuilding the town. Lady Vocta is managing it, or what was the other question? How is Valaki? Stay close to the church. Uh, yeah. Nothing else to report. All hands on deck. Is it 25? How many have I done? I've either done 15 or 20. Sorry, the dicks? It'll pass.
But you shouldn't have slept with my boyfriend.
Why do you say that? I thought you liked him. Wow, that poor girl. Well, she's at least contemplating her life choices now. Would you like to do anything else?
Alexander will take a watch afterwards. More
Oh,
for
I can take the last watch.
sleep and watch economy than anything else.
I'll add on because she just focused on Vasily. She'll add on something like they've been through a lot, but they're good people. They'll see you are too. Sorry. So, Alexander, you're up. Would you
These
like
two are not going to be bestest best buds, are they? In the middle of a fight, you stop to write a letter.
Guys, if all of us made judgments about each other based on the people we had previously slept with, none of us would be friends.
Why am I suddenly wondering more about Pikachu?
I notice he's gone now. Just can't handle it.
Yeah, it wasn't for his ears. What was I saying? Perception check for Alexander.
Oh,
Also 10.
You too are distracted. You're rattled by this back and forth you're having with Darzin. He seems so. He needs to be liked, but he's set with a vampire.
Something's up with him. I don't quite trust it. I don't understand what's going on. I sit down and
Wait, you don't know
writing
he's a
my
vampire.
feelings into 2 letters.
Lovely. Will you be sending those to me privately?
Yes.
Okay. You can take your time doing that. That's probably why your perception check is not that great. So do I. Are you doing the full 4 hours, or do you want to hand over to Mick?
I would hand over to Mick just so I can get sleep.
Cool. And Mick, you're up. Perception check, please.
Nick would be hiding in a little ring, so you'd have to knock on the ring, and then she'd like pop out like a genie. And take perception.
Yeah, and the Sander will tell you there hasn't been any movement so far, and you've had the rest that you need now, so you're quite alert, and the sun is starting to the landscape is starting to brighten as we near the daytime, and you cannot see any movement on the tree line or within the vineyard. It is
Okay.
a good watch. It is the next day. Take your long rests. Apart from shit, always forget this. Okay, sorry. Pause, everyone. Matt, you know all those 2 times I've asked you to roll, and then you had to, and you deducted from your hit points. Do you remember what it was, or do we need to just redo that now?
It was 5, I think.
Cool. Was that from 1 or 2? Because you've had 2 sleeps.
I don't know. I've no idea.
What is it I made you roll? It might just be 5. We'll just go with 5. If it's a number we know, it's 5. So the first time you had a nightmare, and it was about accidentally burning Alisander, and when you woke up, you didn't feel quite so rested. And the second time,
I don't remember a second
I
time.
don't think you were at that session. I just said you had a nightmare. That second time, you would probably dream. Oh, I remember what you dreamed. That second time, because of that comment that Mick had made about what they used to do. You will now dream that you would have dreamt that you were sat in a chair in the windmill, being force fed those pastries. Like the spoon just kept going into your mouth, and you knew what it was, and then you'd look down and see that the person feeding you was Mick.
Okay.
And this third night, you have another nightmare. Isn't life great?
Yay.
And this time you would dream of I'm so sorry, Darzin. You would dream of Darzin. You'd feel this pain in your back, this searing pain as a knife goes in at the top, just underneath your neck, and pulls down to the bottom of your spine, and this intense heat and rage as you turn around and fall to the floor and look up into the eyes of Darzin in a very, very ham-fisted, stabbing you in the back. Could you roll me a... Need to remember what it is. Bear with me. Really sorry. Didn't
All right.
think about this.
Have I got exhaustion as well, or did I remember
No.
that wrong? No.
Oh wait, did you? I need to remember.
I don't think I did, but
Okay, I need you to roll me 1d10. And you don't have exhaustion. You just had some horrible nightmares. And then Darzin is lying in your dream. You turn around and Darzin is laughing, and then a shadowy figure behind him is laughing, and then another shadowy figure appears, and another, and the laughing just echoes and gets louder in your head. And when you wake up, I'm really sorry, but you have 5 less hit points in your max. And Magus, you're in the same room as Absence overnight. So although you both slept free, you didn't take watches, you would have probably, because sleep is sleep. You now and again notice movement, so you will see this creature who you've just met sort of twitch and flinch in their sleep quite a lot.
I feel that would have been quite a difficult night for me anyway. I think it's the first time I've slept without being able to see the stars. So having a strange red creature twitching away, probably didn't get a great night's sleep.
And it's weird because I assume he doesn't trance in a sleeping position, so he's kind of upright. You haven't seen trancing before.
I don't think I trance, do I?
Oh, you don't trance? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused.
No, I think I just sleep.
You just sleep. Okay, good. Never mind. You just sleep.
He probably like punched the wall at some point in his sleep, I would imagine, but didn't wake up.
Yeah,
He
like
left a little hole
that
in
sort
the
of
wall.
thing. It won't have disturbed your sleep too. Well, you said you probably had a disturbed sleep, but you can still have the benefits of a long rest. Magus, but yeah, bit weird. This absence's sleep. And that twitching is concentrated, very concentrated within an hour at some point in the middle of the night. So you'll probably wake up to it and then drift off as it stops.
So would I look sick or?
No, you're still asleep. It just looks like someone having a nightmare. To be fair, again, I forgot this. Would you have done anything, Magus, if you saw this?
I'd have stared a bit, took it all in, probably moved further into the corner of my way and carried on. Pulled my hat over my eyes and tried to get some more sleep. I'm not going to wake him, I don't know him that well.
Cool. Then, with that, sorry, I just sort of had that in there as I remembered it. It is a new day. What would you like to do?
So do I look sickly though? Is what I mean. If I've lost.
Oh,
many
right.
hit
How
points
does
I've
it
lost.
physically seem to impact you? On a red-skinned creature, what do bags under the eyes look like?
Probably look like black eyes, I imagine.
Cool. Then you've got a
Purple.
bit of a panda face going on by this point. Yeah.
Pan-fried tomatoes.
You're alright there, though. Don't look like you had a good night's sleep.
Keep having these dreams.
Saw you twitching away.
Yeah, I guess I don't trust Darzin, and it's coming out in my dreams.
Which one's Darzin again? Was that the one with the really pointy ears?
Yeah, the purple coat. It's a long story, but there's a vampire. Well, we think he's a vampire. He might be something else, but kind of playing games with everybody, and it turns out Darzin's had a bit of a thing with him, and was trying to send messages to him in the middle of a fight. Don't trust him. Speaking quietly because he's just next door.
Indeed. I only have one question for you then. What's a vampire? Some sort of duck?
They're an undead creature that drink blood. So no, not a kind of duck.
Right, you are. Well, people are go dallying with all sorts.
Well,
Best to stay clear of all that if you take my advice.
I know you didn't get off to a good start with Alexander, but he's a good person. He's just had a tough time. He doesn't trust anyone, and I don't blame him. I don't either. Enough time here, you probably won't. But don't judge him by that first meeting.
What's gone on with him then? What sort of hard time has he had? Has he been dallying with vampires too?
No. No, just imps, it seems. Not dallying, just mixing with. No, I'm not going to discuss Alexander's private life with you. I don't even know you, but I'm just saying he's a good guy. I hope
Right,
Dar's in it, but I don't trust him. Mick.
Yeah.
No, you're not in the room, are you?
I thought you called him from the other room.
No. I was just going to say, Mick's had some horrible experiences too. Just take that into account when you deal with them. And I'm sorry, I was a bit off yesterday. I'm not sleeping well, and I'm feeling tired. And yeah, just give us a second chance today. We're a good bunch mostly.
Take your word.
Well, I know you don't know me, but you seem okay. Just don't let this place get to you like it's got to us.
I shall try. Still, if we're going in the woods, I might be able to find something to help you sleep. We'll see. See what we find.
At some point in the morning, you'll hear a knock on your doors, although you've left them open, and Adrian will appear and say, "A lot of the bread was stale. You can either have some stale bread, or we have oats. We could make some porridge."
Which is good.
Oh, you'll have.
Okay, good. I hope you slept okay. Thankfully, it was all quiet outside. And also, I drew this for you just in case you thought you might want to help out. I thought it would help if I drew a map of the area. And he will hand someone the handout I can't find. And Magus, you would recognize that straight away. That's where that horrible tree is. That's where you woke up, at the bottom of it.
Want us to go there?
That is where the druids live. The ones that stole, well, we assume stole the gem because it is not here.
It's not. Don't think that's a very nice place.
Oh no, it is inhabited by those people. say, people. We've scouted it out before. After they attacked us, they seem a bit feral, but they seem to have some more organization to them. I don't know.
The only thing they probably could do is some sorting out.
Most definitely. They've done all sorts of unnatural things, but generally that is kept to their part of the forest. And after the recent venture here, harming my family, I worry what they will do next. I worry what they will do with that gem.
I've been near there. I know where this is. There's definitely something wrong with that hill. I, for one, would be glad for some help to sort it out. Perhaps when I'm there, if we all go there, if everyone else is happy to help, and find this seed of yours and put that right, I'd appreciate that too. If everyone's willing to help.
That is so wonderful to hear. I can leave you to discuss it some more. I just wanted to show you. I'll go make you the porridge. Thank you, and he'll give you a big smile, Magus, and bugger off. No, the kitchen's not that way.
Well, like I said, I just met you all, and I got no claim, but it's not right up there. I think I'd like to do something about it. So, if you're able and your
I agree.
intent aligns, come along with you and sort it out if you're happy.
I think happy's not a good word for this place, but I'm willing to go deal with it.
If you are willing to help, then we would gladly accept it. I can only apologise for our interactions yesterday. We were sent here to deal with druids, and
Well, I don't know a lot about around here, but there's druids and there's druids, just like there's folk and there's folk.
yeah, so maybe had it been another time, I would not have reacted so harshly. And I am sorry for the way that I reacted.
No hard feelings. I'm not one to hold a grudge.
Thank you.
What would you like to do with your day?
Let's go find a swamp witch.
Yarp.
Oh, yes. The hill is where the druid. Why am I doing it in this? I need to. The hill is where the
Okay.
druids are, who stole the gem last week, most
And
recently.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
And then the
this
swamp witch is different.
was
Okay.
3 months ago, and in a different area, he gave you a map of the Druidy area. Although
So
if you want to talk to him about the Swamp Witch, he can give you directions.
the Yester Hill is south. The swamp witch is southeast.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much
Okay.
completely south, and
I
then yeah.
reckon I could probably find my way back to that hill. At least till we can see where we are on the map. Because as I said, I've been there before.
Uh,
At least nearby. Can
We
I?
deal with the witch first or the druids?
so you're here, and Adrian would tell you that you could follow the road, and that would take the half day, or you could go through the vineyard and cut that down to probably 2.5 hours if you just go as the crow flies, because that's where the hill is. The swamp area of Barovia is around where the Luna River's running south from Valaki over this way.
My vote would be we take the woods for two reasons. First, I've been that way before, and second, might be able to find some bits to help this young lad here get a good night's sleep.
Oh, Matt, I think you've muted.
I'm not sure some twisted druid hill's a good place to find something to help me sleep. And sleeping's not the problem. It's the dreams that are the problem. Well, I've been sleeping, but yeah, I don't feel too great. Not from you.
Is his mind always on the dallying?
Yeah. I've been having dreams. And maybe they're messages. And last night's dream was about you stabbing me in the back. It seemed very real. I can still remember where you put the knife in and then you ripped it down. I think that's really going to make a difference, is it? Why don't you just walk in front of me where I can see you? Well, in the dream, you were with someone else. Didn't see them, but I have a good idea who it was.
Are you
just
going?
wonder. Sorry.
No, you go.
I just wonder whether you're our ally or theirs. Or maybe you've not decided yet, but the dream seemed to suggest that you already had. Sounds like something a spy would say.
Are you going to do as Magus says and go through the woods for the shorter way?
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for it because it's 10. You would be able to find your way back through the woods, Magus. Was there anything anyone wanted to do on the journey?
I'd love to keep an eye out for any herbs and things I think might help.
Yeah, do me a perception.
Maybe not.
You know what? You're looking. You're trying. But you have not been around this much chatter, and they talk so much. And it's distracting, and you keep mistaking a route for something it's not, and then sorry, don't manage to find anything. And I'm just going to finish on. So you travel through the woodland, and compared to the previous woodland you've been traveling through, you've mostly been on the Svalek Road, so that's a pretty uh, well-trodden path. You're trampling grass, places that haven't been, well, not recently, traveled through, and the woodland is a lot more dense than any woodland you've passed through before, where you've been nearer settlements and some of the tree line has been thinned because people have cut the trees down for wood and whatnot. This is very much overgrown and a bit more wild. As you travel south, you can't really see very much ahead because it's so dense, but you will see the occasional flash of lightning in the distance and hear the sound of rain. And it will eventually, you'll get little drips and drabs through the leaves until you, after 2 hours of travel, eventually reach your destination, which you will see here. And sets us up for next time on Curse of Strahd.
We're all gonna die.
Thanks, guys.
Much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
More fun.
That's an addictive accent.
Thank you, and thank you for the staff. It
You're
adds
welcome.
to the creepiness that Nick has about it.
Your mind needed. Cool. Um,
Oop.
welcome, Tom.
Yes, welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Or it'll be very sporadic.
It would be an extended hiatus,
Yeah.
like episodes of Black Mirror. We'll drop a few now and then at random. Or like any British TV show, really. Come back every 2 years, drop 3 episodes. Yeah.
Nope. Not from me. Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you.